Hey, what's up guys? So, I was trying to do Vlogmas, and I was initially going to do it weekly, but those plans failed because I only got to film clips, major events that happened during the week. So, this vlog might be all over the place. There are clips for me working out before my proctored, studying for my proctored, and then me orienting to my new job as a nursing assistant for my behavioral health job. So, this vlog's gonna be all over the place, but bear with me. There will be like a point to it. Be sure I started doing like a get ready with me and talking about more of the peds clinical that I went through. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. An empty gym is my favorite kind of gym. What's up guys? Right now I'm gonna get a quick workout in. I'm gonna do legs today. I'm gonna try and do it real quick because I still need to do a lot of studying. Today is Sunday, and I'll see you soon. This is my study setup because Alex took the table.
You're the one who took that.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Alex. We're doing facials. It looks kind of gross.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion.
Good morning guys, and welcome to today's vlog. Turn down my heater. So today I'm going to be going to my orientation for work. This is just a general hospital orientation, so it's nothing too crazy. It is Monday. It's about like 7:45. So this week might be a pretty crazy week for me just because I have work from 8 to 4:30 today, and then tomorrow 8 to 12:30, and then after that I have my proctored. My friends want to go out after proctored, but I'm not sure if we really are. I don't know if I really want to go out. We're gonna go out for drinks because we're all like over 21, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous for proctor. I'm pretty sure I'll do fine. I've been studying a lot. I studied at 7 Leaves yesterday with one of my friends, and then I am gonna study a little bit after today. But I really do want to go to the gym because I've been like feeling really out of it because I didn't go to the gym yesterday. But that's the update. I'm gonna head inside soon. My dad brought me breakfast, so I might eat a little bit and then go inside. Okay, I just finished my orientation. It's about 3:30 right now. I'm pretty prepared for my proctor tomorrow, so I'm not going to study too much anymore. Probably just going to review a little bit of Kathy Parks, and then I'm going to go eat. There's such a big glare with these glasses. Guys, so I just finished my last night shift at Chalk. It's my last night shift of my peds rotation, and it was very like bittersweet. Like, I'm very happy that I'm like finally on my Christmas break, but I'm like really upset because I never had high expectations for like my peds rotation because I had such a shitty time with my OB rotation. So I had low expectation for peds because I was like, you know what, like we're probably never gonna really even see anything because we're night shift. But honestly, I had such a cool experience. Like last week I was at NICU and I was able to see intestines are on the outside of them. Okay, I'll insert the name right here. But anyway, I got to see that and that was really cool. Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop. Should I just talk about it now? Okay. Well, okay, then I'm gonna talk about most of it in the morning, but like, I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for my peds rotation because honestly, it was like one of the most fun rotations I've had in so long, and never consider myself like wanting to be a peds nurse. I never wanted to do anything with kids, really. Okay, well, my words aren't making sense right now because I literally don't even know what I'm saying because I'm so freaking tired. But all in all, I low-key am considering doing peds now, so I'll reiterate in the morning. Okay, remind me, bye. Okay, so earlier I said that I was going to talk about peds clinical, but I never got a chance to do that. So I'm just going to do it while I get ready for Mission In. So today we're going to be going to Mission In, which is like something that we do annually. It's like the Festival of Lights, and we've been literally doing this since we were freshmen in college, and now we're seniors in college, so it's just a tradition we have. It's in Riverside, so that's why we're at Alex's apartment. So for my peds clinical, we did it for night shift, which honestly, that was like my first time ever doing any type of night shift, even though like the job that I'm working at now is night shift, but chalk was the first night shift I ever did. We had 4 night shifts. So it was only half of the 10 weeks that we had. And basically oh my god, I did them so dark. Oh, like full face makeup. I'm just gonna like do my brows and stuff, and then my eyelashes. But so my
hair extensions on?
Yeah. Why?
Just wondering.
Then I'm gonna curl my hair because I didn't fix my hair earlier. But basically,
Hello.
Alex is here. Are you ready already?
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Well, I'm gonna, put deodorant in my bathroom.
Okay. Okay, so my first part of this, it looks better when you're on it because you reach all the way here.
Yeah, okay.
You're actually sitting on Alex's towel rack because I don't have a... Wait, don't you have a...
I have a tripod, you want it?
Established a tripod. Ooh! The heck? Woo! Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So I just really wanted to talk about my peds clinical because in my last update video I didn't have a lot to say about I didn't really have a lot to say about OB, and I didn't feel like I really talked about a lot because of the fact that like I ended up doing that video like 3 weeks after the fact that I finished OB. So now that I'm just like newly finished with peds, I just wanted to talk more about it. So my first night was on oncology, and if I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't that good of an experience. It kind of set my expectations for peds, or even peds rotation, really low, just because I really didn't do that many skills. Because in oncology, if you don't know, it's cancer patients, and a lot of what the treatment for cancer patients is just waiting and watching and monitoring, as opposed to like med-surg or like NICU. It's way different. So basically all I was really doing was following the nurse, and at 12 a.m. there was nothing else to do until like morning time, and we post conference around like 5 a.m. and then we got out usually like 6 or something, and that's like the end of our 12-hour shift. But in oncology, the patient that I was doing for my care plan was this one. It really shocked me because it was a 21-year-old girl, and I was like, I'm 21, like, to even think that like someone who's been like hospitalized who's my age. And she acts so different because I was trying not to violate HIPAA. A lot of these kids, they go through cancer and they're diagnosed pretty early. She had bone marrow cancer, and she was just recovering from bone marrow transplant. She initially wasn't able to, her body wasn't accepting the first one that was, I forgot the word for it, but it wasn't a family donor. But then she eventually rejected that one, and then they tried her sister being a bone marrow donor. So they tried that on her. I'm not 100% sure what the outcome was because like I was only there for one night. But the patients are really interesting to read up on and stuff, but it's just you don't really do much versus like on other floors you do a lot more. Second rotation, I think the second one that I went to was a medical floor, so it's split up between medical and surgical. So I was in medical for my second rotation, and that one was really fun. This is where I really learned like peds is really a lot to do with parents, and I think that like a lot of people who say they want to do peds don't realize like how much you really do work with parents. I recall one certain family that had a tracheostomy, and it was a little 4-year-old baby, and he was there, but he was on feeding, continuous feeding, and it wasn't the mom, but the mom was there, but the grandma was the one who was primarily like calling the shots, and she was very specific about like the type of feeding he wanted and how much she wanted per hour, and the doctors are the ones who are supposed to discuss this with them, and they approve it, they write it down on the board. Grandma getting very upset at my nurse, which really was kind of like sad because like the nurse is just the one performing the actions, like the person who's really like the person who is actually dictating with the feedings is actually the doctor. So I don't know why she was really like taking it out on my nurse. I remember at one point she started like cursing, and I was like, this is peds, but I understand where they come from, because like the parent isn't going to speak up for them, who is, because they're just kids. So yeah, and even with another parent, there was just a lot of parent problems on that floor. There was another parent who was confused why his kid wasn't getting his like anti-itching cream thing. I explained to him it was a PRN med. The patient starts itching, that's when we would initiate like the protocol to like give him the medication, because it's called PRN, like as needed. And if it's not needed, we're not going to give it to him, because I think it was the dad. He was like, why aren't you guys giving him his medication? Like, this was a home med that he had. And we were like explaining it like, oh, this is like the protocol for PRN. Like, we haven't seen him scratching. We were going in and out doing vitals for the past like shift, and he wasn't having any problems, so we didn't give it to him. We tried to explain that to him, but he was really just like upset. Like third rotation with the parents, and that's when I really learned like how involved you are as a pediatrics nurse with the parents, and like you really do have to deal with the parents more than you do with the kids. Like the kids are always going to be very like positive, and they're usually good about their treatment. They're compliant because they're just kids and they know you're taking care of them. But the parents, it's a different story. And then my third rotation was in the NICU. Basically was, they don't call it DNR, they call it allow for natural death. So this kid was like very critically ill. He had like, his biggest issue was he had neurological problems. They tried to like disclose to the family that this kid isn't going to live a normal life, but I'm not 100% sure if they understood what that meant. It's called modified DNR. So they were like able to give him respiratory care, but they weren't able to give him compressions. They were able to give him like medications too, but if you know the anatomy of it, like if you're gonna push meds and you're not compressing, it's not gonna perfuse through your body, so it's not very like useful in that sense. But I don't know, it could depend on the situation too. But yeah, NICU was interesting. That was really fun to see. It was really sad just to read up on that baby story. He had so much going through his life, and he was only about a month old. My last rotation was today, or this morning. It was my last one, and I did it on the surgical floor. So the surgical floor is like way different than the other specialty units because you have to have 4 patients, which isn't like, it's not terrible, but it's still like kind of a handful. Just dry. On the surgical floor, they had 4 patients. They can range from like a really healthy kid who just has a fracture to even having, that was, I think, a girl with like rhinoplasty, switching from patient to patient, so I can't even remember. The thing that I really did notice was it's very much more task oriented on floors where you have a lot more patients, obviously because you have more patients. You do have a, what is it called? There they call it clinical associate, but it's a CNA basically. And they help you, but other than that, it's like kind of hard to keep track of all your patients, especially if they're calling you all the time, even though it's night shift. Like recovering from surgery, or they're getting ready for surgery. For example, one girl, she was getting ready for a surgery that she had. I think she fell off like the monkey bars or something. You know, like a normal thing that kids have. It was interesting to see that there's so much mental health problems in a surgical unit. Like I did not expect that at all. So for example, for the eating disorder one, they have a protocol for it where there's like a program for it and everything, but what I didn't know is they have like a camera inside the room and they're monitoring them 24 hours a day, which makes sense because usually like those patients are the most like deceiving. They'll hide stuff, they'll pocket stuff. They're like unpredictable because they're like psych patients. Another thing I don't know if I really want to talk about this, but my nurse was really cool because she was like telling me all like the ins and outs of like the hospital and like the weird, creepy, paranormal activity stuff that they see. And that was interesting to me because I was like, well, you can tell me because it's my last day here and I'm probably like not gonna end up working here. I won't scare you too much, but I know that, for instance, one example of what she was walking in and out all night. She was fixing it, and then basically she was like, the TV turned on in the vacant room next door, and they're like, okay, well, maybe it just accidentally got turned on, you know. Sometimes weird shit like happens like that, like whatever. But the thing is, when you turn it on to the hospital TV, it goes onto the hospital channel. But what was spooky was it was turned on to frozen. So she asked around, and obviously none of the nurses were. None of the nurses had done it. So you can guess what they probably thought it was if you believe in that stuff. But yeah, that was like some weird shit that happened. I'm not gonna say the other one because it's like kind of spooky. But yeah, maybe I'll talk more on that later if anyone cares. But thanks for watching me get ready and tell you about my peds experience. I think that's basically it for now. I don't know, I might talk a little bit more later. Or if you have any questions, just like add me on Instagram and just DM me there. Because I'm more likely to answer on Instagram versus on YouTube, just because I'm on Instagram a lot more than I am on YouTube. I'm usually only online like whenever we upload. So you're more likely to get an answer if you just shoot me a DM. So yeah, I'm basically done. This is like the final look. Oh wait, it's still on.
What do you have to say, babe?
I don't know, I just kind of wanted to film.
So I got a holiday ale. It's a liter right here.
I don't know. Let's try it. It's good.
Is it good?
It's kind of strong.
Really? Uh-oh.